Good morning. So I thought of today's message and what I wanted to talk about. I just had a birthday, as a lot of you guys know, and I'm now 53. And, people often ask you on your birthday, oh, how do you feel? How do you feel at 53? How do you feel at whatever age, right? And I feel like you don't really feel that big of a difference because you're living in your skin the entire time. So just because you wake up on that day, you don't have a completely different feeling. I think being in your own skin and really paying attention every day to your experiences is that thing that allows you to just kind of absorb what you're going through every single day and processing it. And one of the things about getting older is I absolutely love it. I know other people, in fact, yesterday I talked to somebody who was talking about, getting older, and I thought, well, I'm getting better with age. I don't experience age that way. I think a lot of times people think getting older means that you have to start having a lot of aches and pains. You have to start thinking and talking about your aches and pains all the time and your medications that you're on and the troubles that you're having in your body and all of this stuff. And I don't want to be that person. And I made my mind up a long time ago that I didn't want to get old and start just talking about my ailments all the time. I didn't want to be that person. I want to be the person that people can look up to. I want to be that person that people can see me aging and they look at me as timeless. Where they can't really put a specific age. They know I'm older, but they can't put a specific age on it because I'm not acting a certain age. I'm not talking about my ailments. I still have a passion and a love for life. And so one of the things that we were talking about, my husband and I this morning is, if you looked at me and I think I want to do this video on, just because it's my birthday, August 8th. And for Leos, it's a birthday month, not just a day. And, what should I talk about? What, if you were to look at me and, just with me turning 53, what would you say about the experience of aging? And he was saying enthusiasm when he thinks of me. And that I still have an enthusiasm for everything. And he said he looks at it, he might look at a tree and he sees it beautiful. And I'm experiencing it in a completely different way. Like I'm in awe of it. I'm looking up at the tree and I'm like, oh God, it's so amazing, and I know for me it has something to do with the way that I experience and I feel. It's that empathic thing, for me. Although my husband is very empathic too, but there's something about the way that I take in a level of enthusiasm about life. And he said that is something to aspire to. It's the thing that, I asked him, what's the benefit of you being around somebody like that? And he said that it's something that he aspires to be like me in that way, and it prevents him from going to the dark side, to be more pessimistic, because we all have choices. I think that's what it comes down to, is we have choices about how we're going to interpret the world, right? Because we all are experiencing the news, that we hear the same things a lot of the times, and some of us hear and see more, horrible things based on where we live and what kind of governments we have and order and all of that stuff. Some people, it's, being born into a place that's constant chaos. I just wake up and I feel grateful. I'm grateful that I can wake up in a place where there's peace in my home and there's not bombs going off, and I understand the world out there, and maybe that has something to do with you know, how I interpret my level of enthusiasm for just waking up and being alive, for having this experience of life and being grateful for it, you know. So when you get to a certain age, you want to experience more things. Well, and maybe that's just part of my makeup, right? Like I'm an artist. I like to be in my skin. I like to express myself clearly. You know, I get dressed up for these videos because it makes me happy that I can throw on all these fun things and be visually appealing and artistic for you guys that you're watching. You know, I get excited about like thinking up new experiences that I can have. And that's part of my youth, I guess, that keeps me young, is always, you know, putting other things out there in the world as a teacher, putting things out there, but also wanting to learn from experience, wanting to put myself out there in the world and have new experiences. And sometimes people think these experiences have to be huge, right? Like, oh, I have to travel around the world, or I have to do all these other things. And that just isn't true. I mean, every area you could find whatever it is that's appealing to you, what you like. Like, I love oddities. I love weird things. I love artists and strange people. And so I look for it in my area. Like, one of the places that I went to that I wanted to go to for my birthday to have dinner is a place, it's an Italian restaurant, but it's called Bizarro's. And I love going there for that reason, that it's kind of bizarre. You know, they have all these things attached to the ceilings. They have an oak table that's upside down, you know, that's attached to the ceiling. You know, huge lanterns, bikes, you know, like people donate paintings and they put them on the walls, you know, and they do everything in such a creative way, including in the bathrooms. Each bathroom is different. This time when I went into the bathroom, it was all Star Wars. They have old-fashioned radio, and inside of that radio, they have some device that just plays this ongoing, it's almost like a movie of you hearing them talk. In one of the other bathrooms, it was just this antique type of radio show going on. And then of course the entire bathroom is designed and painted and decorated in the theme of whatever that is. I love stuff like that. So it's only 45 minutes away from our house to be able to have this amazing experience. And this is what makes me happy, you know? So if you're one that's thinking, well, I can't afford to go and have these experiences, well, you can, because you literally can, you know, maybe for $20, $30, $40, you can save up enough money to have $40 to go have an experience. You can even, you know, just for some gas, you know, you can find an oddities shop in your area and you can go have an experience, see something different, be exposed to people that are artists that maybe no one knows about, you know, but learn more about their lives. You know, these are the things that get me excited, is the expression of other people having their own life, right? So I really do feel that, like, one of the beautiful things about being at this age is to be able to look at the landscape, the full landscape of things, and to bring it alive, to make it have meaning, because we can look back on where we've been, and most of us have been through some hard things in our life, and we can look at the expanse in front of us and we can choose how we're going to look at things. And what we want our next steps to be, you know, like what do we want to experience? And at this point in my life, it's having experiences that are unique. It's being with the people that I love. It's doing the things that I love and not living the way that I used to have to live when I was raising children, and, you know, that whole rat race and trying to figure out how to make all the ends meet and stuff. And now that things are a little bit different, I will never go back to living like that. And so it allows me to really take in the full measure of experience of how I want to live my life, and then just doing that, not seeing an obstacle in front of me. Even though there are obstacles, I don't look at it as I'm going to choose to just do the rat race thing, or I'm going to choose to live my life. I'm fully immersed now in living the life that I want to live. And that's the beauty, you know. And I had to get past these things of, you know, people not understanding the choices that you make, family members not, not understanding, in the beginning when things were starting up for me in a new state, thinking that I should do the technical traditional thing, and when I didn't do that, people don't understand, they still don't understand me. But that's a lot of what happens. I just learned the other day, if you guys haven't heard of her, she's called Sassy Grand. She was famous on TikTok and YouTube, and she had so many followers, and it gave her life such purpose. And she had before her grandson brought her in and did all these things for her, she really had a really hard life. She had been beat up by 3 husbands who told her she couldn't wear makeup. Anytime she tried to look pretty, she got beat up for it. And then, later in life, her grandson takes her, and he finds out why she never wore makeup or why she dressed down, because every time she tried to express herself, her husbands would beat her up. And here it is, she just recently passed away, and she has family members who would never watch any of her videos, even though she was famous. And she was the most delightful woman to watch and listen to, because she had so much wisdom on life, but she was beautiful, and she was expressing and loving her life at that age in her 90s. She finally got to be who she wanted to be, and her grandson helped her express that and made it happen for her. And then she attained all these fans and people that gave her love. And the interesting thing is now that she passed away, she had family members that would never watch any of her videos because they said why she wore so much makeup and looked like a clown. When we knew her, she only wore like flannel and other things. And he had to explain to them, you guys never understood her life and why she never was able to do these things. And so what's really interesting is that you can have people in your life that are in your family, and they will never understand you. They don't know who you are, and I have, someone in my family that won't even speak to me and doesn't know who I am. And it's his loss, and so the thing is that you have to just choose to live the life that you want to live, and you need to be happy and be proud of yourself for the choices that you make and for the person that you are, who you've become, and all of your journey that brought you here, and so what I want to say too is, it doesn't come without some disappointments and hard knocks, but I just went through having COVID. I missed an opportunity. I'd been planning for months to go to Midsummer Scream, which, by the way, my daughter got me this patch that's going to go on my patch purse. Some of you don't know about the patch purse, so I'm going to share it with you. So I couldn't go. I had COVID. I was so upset and disappointed. But what can you do? It's sometimes life just happens and you have to just go with it. So I immediately went into, because I wasn't also going to get to see my daughter that I was really excited to see, because all this took place in Long Beach. It was this huge Halloween convention, and I love Halloween. In October, it's going to be like Halloween month. I'm going to do lots of Halloween videos, and all of my newsletters are all going to be Halloweeny. I do this every year, and I'll decorate the house, and I'll probably share that with you too as one of my videos. But I went into action immediately of how can I share this, how can I save this, and so my daughter, I said, you go in my place, I'll send you my tickets, invite a friend, go have this experience. So at least, these all access BAT tickets are not going to go to waste, because they were like $140 a piece, and it gets you in, lines, early access, all of that stuff. And so, she was able to go in my steed, basically. And one of the things that I always do, and this is something I created as an experience for myself, which is every time I go somewhere and I have an experience somewhere, whether it's out of state or even in state, I get a patch. And I had these most favorite shorts, and at a certain point I wasn't fitting into them anymore. And so I decided to make them into a purse. Now, technically, right before I was going to make it into a purse, I actually did fit back into them. But I just decided I wanted to make it into a purse instead. And so I took an old jacket I lined the inside with it. I created the pouch, and then I stuck the pouch inside the shorts, created a strap. I literally can undo this whole thing and wear these shorts again if I want to, but I'm loving the purse, and the purse is getting so much attention when I go out. So this is the purse. Okay, these are my shorts, and you can see they were falling apart, which is why I started adding these patches to begin with, right? And so everywhere I go, you know, Son of Monsterpalooza, Adobe Creative Convention, Disneyland, this is a little pouch. And the Mickey Mouse is totally faded. You know, more Son of Monsterpalooza, Wisconsin. Oh, I forget what was the Topanga Canyon thrift store. This was the Edwardian Fair, and just, you know, different things. More Halloween convention, Meow Wolf in New Mexico, House on the Rock, which is another artist. I mean, and so now I'm going to be adding this in here somewhere. Probably, I think I said I was going to put it maybe right here because there seems to be a spot for it. So, and then you can see the inside. It's another jacket that I lined it with, and I found different things and made the strap with the jacket and elastic. I created these. I just, you know, there's a drawstring, which I don't ever have to use. But the point of all of this, you guys, is that I create my own experiences. I decide who I want to be, how I want to live. And I think at being in your 50s is really an amazing thing, because you really start to just do whatever it is that you want to do. And the way that you live your life becomes even more important, you know, because you're acutely aware that you're on the other end of it, right? I know that I'm going to blink my eyes and it's all going to be over. And so I'm going to make the most of every bit of my life, and I am going to express myself. And I no longer am plagued with just these thoughts of doubt or whether I should do something or not. I just do it now. And I did have to get through that rough period of when things weren't set up and things were not stable yet. And I had to keep, you know, pushing through all of that. But now that things have stabilized, you know, and we moved ourselves to a location that's affordable so that we don't have to have all of those stressors in our life, life has become absolutely beautiful. And no matter where I've been, I've always been enthusiastic about life and experience. And now even more so as I get older, because life has settled down a bit, and truly being able to look at the expanse of life and have a measure of peace. So I just wanted to share with you, you know, that you can do the same thing that I'm doing, express yourself and listen to your own voice and decide the kind of life you want to have and create experiences of things that you can look forward to. People need things to look forward to in life. They can't just keep going through working every day. Even when you work a spiritual practice or you love what you do, you still need to have a measure of enjoying your experience and doing things a little bit differently and taking your time, and just time for you where you're not giving but you're receiving, you know, whatever that thing is that fills your heart with joy. So do those things, you know. And for me, that's just what it is about. It's about the little things and just enjoying life and being enthusiastic every day that you wake up. So with that being said, I hope that you guys have a great day. I hope that you enjoy your life. I hope that you think about what will make you happy, what experiences that you want to have. And I challenge you to write those experiences out and one by one start checking those things off of your list, because life is too short. Enjoy your time. And by the way, before I go, I want to show you that my daughter bought me this purse. It's just the coolest thing with the strap, so I can wear it crisscross. So you might see this thing pop up in another video sometime soon, but I just wanted to put it in that shot because my daughter knows that I just love interesting things, and look what she got me. Have a great day, you guys, and I'll talk to you next week. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and every Wednesday I put out a new video of Life After 50. I will see you guys back then, and please share it with at least one friend over 50 so that they can enjoy these videos too. Bye.